Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what Indians are all about.
I still say we Indian people are believers in the truth. This is the way of life that was given to your people. You're born an Indian, you're going to die an Indian. Indianness is a good life. You're facing an Indian this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Indian Country. I'm Jason Salzman.
And I'm Neely Soodle.
And you're watching your #1 source for Native American television news.
Native News Today.
And we are so glad to be bringing you the show this weekend because we have some big news out of Muskogee Creek Nation. We have elected unofficially a new second chief.
Yes, finally.
Lewis Hicks is the winner with 65% of the vote.
Quite a gap there.
Yeah, very big gap, and he won every precinct. So the Muskogee Creek Nation voters went out and let their voice be heard. And I believe it's about a week or two before we'll officially put this in place, and we'll have everything, and by that time we'll be able to have Mr. Hicks on the program with us, and you folks out there be able to hear him talk and address you as the new second chief of the Muskogee Creek Nation. So we're excited about it. It's very neat.
That's right, and he will have a swearing-in ceremony too, and that date is to be announced at a later date. So.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to announce anything before it's, you realize in this news business, you never throw anything out until you absolutely
until it's
sure.
official.
Yeah, exactly. So unofficial results, Lewis Hicks 65% there, and ADL is 35%. So a new second chief of the Muskogee Creek Nation, Vietnam War veteran, just a great guy. He's done a lot of things here at Muskogee Creek Nation. So I trust that he'll do a great job in that post as well.
That's right, and I'm excited for him to get in there. And he had a lot of objectives that he wanted to, that he wants to achieve. And there's only 11 months that he actually has to serve until we do this again.
Right.
So
well, and he'll be able to cut his teeth the best way possible as being on the job. So.
That's right.
And that's not the only big news we have at Muskogee Creek Nation this week. Also, Riverwalk Crossing, we have a big development. We're not going to go too much into it yet, but we have a big press conference to show here later on in the show, and we're so happy once again to be on in Oklahoma City this week. We hope everybody out west is excited about having us on KSBI. We're certainly excited about being there, and here in Tulsa on CW, so we're covered statewide.
That's right, and in the Oklahoma City market, it has a long reach there, and as I mentioned last week, which is our first time to air in that market, and that's where a lot of my family is.
Yeah.
So, of
Watch
course,
party.
and I got a lot of feedback already from the folks that did catch it there.
Yeah. Well, a lot of great things up on this week's episode of Native News Today. We're going to take our very first break. We'll be right back and get the rest of the show.
Omen ibuwakidos.
Daniels in Ogitskish, Bonshongi Benoat, Bomio, Boshomizatlish.
Momesh, Harishongigo Imongin, Hobidagi, Ani Omaga, Bomaha Hoye, Imongin Oma, Bonshomegigos. For more information about Muskogee language preservation, please call us at 918-732-7724.
I'm Principal Chief George Tiger of the Muskogee Creek Nation with my good friend Anthony Phillips. As a consensus All-American, an academic All-American, and a national champion at the University of Oklahoma, Anthony knows the importance of balancing the athletic and academic arenas.
That's right, Chief. Statistics show that student athletes are more goal-oriented and are higher achievers in school. Success requires a balanced approach and plenty of support.
The Muskogee Creek Nation supports our student athletes.
Chahojefkat Paul Fixakodos. Ixkanagat Tekobachi, Mikusapkajokorman, Amikusapkajokodos. I'm able to preach in English and Muskogee, our language too, so there's not many that does that today. When I was growing up, that's all we had, Muskogee language, and that's all they preach. I could talk my language when I was small. When I grew up, I could understand what they were saying. We don't want to lose that, language, especially our songs, our native songs and the Muskogee hymns. We want to keep them.
The Muskogee language has always been a part of my life, and so I grew up speaking the language, and I've used it throughout my life. I found that people were interested in learning the language and wanting to revitalize it. The language immersion method of teaching is one that I'm comfortable with. It's a way of reconnecting with our histories and our cultures and to give this gift or pass this gift on to our children. Mado, hadam chihijahlis.
Pumakasam gadat, ibufanga, nage, adigat, punhayadit omega, ajayididet omis.
Diosnok, that's true. Throughout the generations, our elders have taught us to preserve, share, and more importantly, protect the abundant natural resources we have here in Oklahoma. We are the original environmentalists and protector of these resources. The Muskogee Creek Nation believes tribal and state governments must work together to ensure future generations will have clean air and clean water as the ultimate legacy. What is good for Oklahoma tribal nations is good for all Oklahomans. Remember, tribes are truly the original Oklahomans.
Looking for your next 18-hole adventure? Then take a look at Fountainhead Creek Golf Club. Nestled in the beautiful confines of Lake Eufaula State Park, large sloping greens and well-placed bunkers characterize the Muskogee Creek Nation's Floyd Farley designed course and offers a fine test of skill for any golfer. Stay up on all the latest gear and equipment with a visit to our pro shop. Have lunch at the Turn at the Clubhouse Grill. We're waiting to accommodate you at Fountainhead Creek. Give us a call at 918-689-3209 or visit fountainheadgolf.com to book your next round. Fountainhead Creek Golf Club, close to home, far from ordinary.
If you can just imagine that if you've been told you can't do something, you can't do this, you're not capable, you're not qualified, you're the wrong color, and all of a sudden something happens that says that's not true. I can, and I will.
It was not a game, it was a battle. That's what this game was about. Our people have endured and thrived under abnormal circumstances, and we always have, we always will.
We were part of the early founding of the National Football League as a participating club.
A full roster of just Native Americans.
This was quite awesome for just a little town of 2,000, 3,000 people.
But the bad thing is, nobody knows.
The Hominy Indians put together a football team that could compete at the national level.
This is John Levi, and this is our dad, George. 1924 was when John made All-American. His athletic abilities were excellent.
He was an equivalent to Jim Thorpe. It's unfortunate somebody like that wasn't given the notoriety that he deserved.
You can imagine football in that day, with no pads and no face masks, nothing.
Back then, I think it was more of a impact sport.
The Indians just have that drive in them to compete because maybe they were always the underdog.
That couldn't be taught. It was just natural.
These were tough men.
Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible.
They won 26 consecutive games.
They just felt invincible.
They could do anything they put their hearts to.
The preparation, the people behind you.
These guys are giants, but we're going to conquer the giant.
Even his own family said it was just ridiculous. What are you trying to do, embarrass us?
They had a passion.
We've always been taught as a war group is that you're a team.
This was so much more than just a game. Now they had a chance to prove that not only were they capable of competing against the best team, the world champions, but worthy of being on the same field as them. Two great teams under one flag battling it out on the gridiron.
It's like a destiny, and that destiny is going to carry people's lives for generations to come.
They decided that if they started something, they would go all the way with it, and that's exactly what they did.
Here's our time, here's our chance. Let's get after it.
We believe if you teach a man to fish, you can feed him for a lifetime. We believe that transitioning convicted citizens back into our communities enhances public safety. We believe that every citizen, even ex-prisoners, are important and are capable of change. We believe in reclaiming our citizens and investing them back into a culture that embraces healing and restoration.
We believe
in reintegration.
And welcome back. I'm Neely Soodle alongside Jason Salzman. Some big news to report out of Jinx, Oklahoma at the Riverwalk. You were there.
I was there this week, and we had a great time and a lot of people out, a lot of interest in that area. You know, Neely, ever since a couple years ago when the Muskogee Creek Nation decided to purchase the property and develop it, there's been talks of what's going to go in there. And really, it took a lot of time. You know, people thought, what are they doing with that place? But they wanted to get it right, and I think they feel like they have. They've gotten a group of investors that are matching the $11 million from the Muskogee Creek Nation, making this a $22 million project.
Wow.
So it's really big in scale. It's going to be a golf facility. It's going to be a restaurant facility, all kinds of family entertainment, games. It's sort of like a, you know, if people around the country know these Top Golfs, it's sort of going to be the same type of thing, but with, I think, more enhanced technologies with the virtual golf. So really, really neat project. Everybody excited about it, and I was certainly glad to be there earlier this week as we announced it.
The Muskogee Creek Nation is revitalizing Riverwalk Crossing by partnering with entities like RW Restaurant Development, who are committed to our mission. As we revitalize here, there will be multiple developments along the Riverwalk Crossing that will be perfect complement to the Margaritaville Casino and Resort being constructed across the river. This newest development will help anchor the area as an entertainment district. People of all ages will want to visit the Riverwalk Crossing. As you know, the Muskogee Creek Nation was the very first tribe in the state of Oklahoma to get into what we see today as Indian gaming. We didn't just arbitrarily get into it, we did our research, made sure that it was something that we could do for years to come. And that's what we did with Riverwalk. We wanted to be sure that if we get in partnerships with entities that they share the same vision that we do. This new facility will be a high-tech golf and family entertainment complex. The complex will consist of restaurants, family-oriented games, a sports bar, and space for private parties and your next corporate meeting. We believe that this is just the beginning of a new and improved Riverwalk Crossing. We anticipate Timberlake construction to break ground in the next few weeks. ADG Architect designed the complex, and we know that this facility will help establish the Riverwalk as a premier destination for entertainment and be a great partner for the Margaritaville Casino and Resort. Everything that we do Creek Nation, it's through a unified effort of the various branches of the government. I want to ask those that serve on the National Council to please stand and be recognized. They allow for the appropriations to be done. So those members of the council, please stand and be recognized. Give them a nice round of applause. Thank you for being here. As Principal Chief of the Great Muskogee Creek Nation, every day we are hosting people that want to do business with the Muskogee Creek Nation. Not too often do we find the people that want to invest their own monies into projects. And this is what we have today.
This is an exciting day. There's no doubt about it. It's exciting for the Creek Nation. It's exciting for the city of Jinx, and we couldn't be more excited. My partners and I at RW Restaurant Development are very thrilled to be here and be partnering with the Creek Nation. We are very honored to be partnering with them on this venture and believe it will be the start of an amazing revitalization of Riverwalk Crossing. I want to thank Chief Tiger, the entire council, and the entire nation for their support, and we look forward to building a long-term relationship that bolsters this development and makes a strong, positive impact for all Creek citizens.
We believe this is a big day both for the Creek Nation as well as for our Riverwalk Crossing development. One Fire Holding Company is the business arm of the Creek Nation. We are a standalone LLC holding company designed to invest in business investments and other entities to help diversify the economics of the Creek Nation. We are so proud to be involved with our National Council to bring this to you. And we believe this is going to be a huge development both for Jinx, Tulsa County, the city of Tulsa, and for the members of our Creek Nation.
We talk so much about Indian gaming, it is important. Indian gaming has allowed tribes across the country to be able to do what we're doing today. Smoke shops in the past, if it was not for smoke shops, I can tell you the Muskogee Creek Nation would have struggled in being able to do some of the things that we do today. So we're diversifying economic development. The diversity starts today with Riverwalk. We're so pleased that you were with us this morning. I'm getting cold, as you can tell, a little shaky. So I'm trying to buy time so I don't have to hit a ball. Another thing is, if I hit one, I'm afraid I might hit ORU over here. I'm just saying that. Thank you very much for coming.
You know, we're wanting to diversify what we do in economic development. This is a step in that direction. You know, kind of getting away from the casino, smoke shop, stereotypical thinking in terms of what tribes do. I think this gives us a tremendous advantage to add to the coffers of the Muskogee Creek Nation in a little more of a diversity.
This was not a quick solution. This wasn't a quick fix. We looked at a lot of different options. We are committed to revitalizing the Riverwalk and making it the center that we all want it to be. When it really came down to it, this concept is so unique and it is so different than anything in the market, and it is proven to be so successful in metros just like Tulsa. We just felt very confident that it is the draw that we have been looking for. There's nothing like it in Tulsa, and so we truly feel like it is going to be a diamond that is going to bring people out here to the Riverwalk. So clearly golfers are going to love it, of all ages. The technology is so neat in that when you hit a golf ball, even if it's at night and you can't see it, they can track the golf ball and tell you how far it goes, where it goes. I mean, it's just really cutting edge technology. So that's very exciting. So golfers are going to love it. And then in addition to that, I think people that just want to have a unique venue. I mean, it's going to have a sports bar feel in some areas, nice restaurants in other areas, and so we feel like it will truly just become a destination for people of all ages.
This is going to be an ultimate experience to watch Thunder games, OU, OSU. I mean, sports bar is going to be amazing. We're going to have a grill section. We're going to have corporate rental space as well. This is going to be really a first-class facility with first-class food, which is, you know, like what the nation is doing along the Riverwalk here with all of their developments. And so from an entertainment perspective, we've got arcade games, we have golf simulation. I mean, this is going to be a place where families are going to be able to come and enjoy themselves. You know, ranging from Saturday night to Monday afternoon.
We're excited. It's actually the first of other announcements that we see coming down the pike.
All right, lots going to be happening there at Riverwalk.
I'm excited for it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You have to get up there and swing the club every now and again.
Oh, I'll try.
Well, if you do as well as you did the other day in Creek Fit class.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It was easy watching.
Right. Well, we went over actually to the Dome, and they are really moving along over there, getting some great exercise in.
That's right, and they started a new initiative, Creek Fit, so there's a lot of interest in it and a healthy initiative. So, you know, that's kind of the idea behind it.
What's really neat, too, is it takes something that we have here at the Creek Nation campus, a great facility, to be able to use for our employees on their lunch break. Instead of, you know, like we'll go to eat at a fast food restaurant sometimes and got to get something quick on lunch. Now they get to go over. Roger Johnson, our tourism and recreation, he's our recreation manager, really spearheading this effort. We're really, really glad to roll it out, and you had a chance to go over and film this great piece here.
Dale Beaver admits that about 90% of his job is spent inside his office, so the new exercise program was a welcome choice.
For somebody like me that sits behind the desk most of the day, it's a good break. Get your heart rate going, your blood flowing, and you know, break a little sweat, and it went great.
It's called Creek Fit, and rightfully so, says instructor Roger Johnson. You don't have to be native, in tip-top shape, or even athletic to benefit from this program.
It's for Creek. It's for the indigenous people in our area who have been such in a slow-paced lifestyle and a sedentary lifestyle, to basically step one off the couch, get them introduced to the gym in our facility so they can enjoy it with practical movements.
Creek Fit is for all shape, color, and sizes.
You can walk. You can don't slam the ball. You can just go at your own pace, push yourself. You don't have to go to the full rotation. Go to a quarter of the rotation as long as you're moving. just trying to spark movement and interest with everyone.
Creek Fit was designed for tribal employees as a program to get you into gear for the new year and, in return, a healthy incentive.
Every day coming in, and like you see at the end, just high-fiving everybody's sweating, blood, sweat, and tears kind of thing. I mean, but you see everybody picking each other up. Man, come on, you got it. 3 more, you got it. That's motivating to me.
For now, Creek Fit is only offered during the lunch hour 3 days a week. So instead of making lousy choices on the menu, Beaver said coming into the gym is now his only choice.
So I think it's great for the citizens in general, and it's free. I mean, that's the best part, you know. You're not spending money, and you use your lunch hour wisely, and this makes you feel better throughout the day also.
For Johnson, the reward is seeing the healthy faces show up for even more.
Pick each other up and move forward. So I feed off their motivation and their vibe and just redirect it right back at them. Just mirroring what they're giving to me and just amplify it.
And our next story takes us to the Principal Chief George Tiger's office, where we've started a kind of a government-to-government relationship with the USDA there. So a big announcement there too.
Very big announcement, and I think it's a great thing that they've been working on for. You know, I talked to Jeff Fife, the Secretary of the Interior here at the Muskogee Creek Nation, and he talked about the process. You know, this has been a process where they've really wanted to link up and sign this agreement, and it really had to work where everybody was kind of on the same page, and they did things the right way to get the USDA, the Oklahoma State Department of Agriculture. Of course, you know, red tape and bureaucracy.
Yes.
There's so many different agencies, and we saw that with our Margaritaville story. There's so many different things that people don't see on the inside level, where you have to make sure all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted. And I think
it just doesn't happen overnight.
Absolutely, no. And that's something where they had Butch Blazer down from the USDA. This was a great ceremony there of a signing that I got a chance to go over and cover, and we're glad to bring it to you now.
Members of the state and U.S. Departments of Agriculture, along with Muskogee Creek officials, all gathered at the office of the Principal Chief recently to ceremonialize a truly historic day for the tribe.
Today we are marking the signature of a memorandum of agreement between the Muskogee Creek Nation Conservation District and the United States Department of Agriculture.
Muskogee Creek Nation Secretary of the Interior Jeff Fife believes this agreement will have a lasting impact on the tribe, not only creating economic opportunities, but strengthening government-to-government relations as well.
The significance of this agreement will allow the Muskogee Nation recognition through the United States Department of Agriculture as a conservation district, therefore creating a seat at the table, if you will, in Washington, D.C. for our conservation needs, concerns, and overall direction of the lands that are in the jurisdiction of the Muskogee Nation.
Also in attendance was Butch Blazer, the USDA Deputy Undersecretary for Natural Resources and Environment. As a proud member of the Apache tribe and the first Native American to serve as State Forester of New Mexico, Blazer knows the significance of tribes having these agreements in place.
I'm so pleased to be here today, seeing Chief Tiger sign this historic agreement. I do truly know that it's going to open and begin to open many doors for the tribe in its relationship with USDA. Most people do not realize the capacity that the United States Department of Agriculture has in regards to working with our rural communities across the country. And I've been very pleased under Secretary Vilsack's leadership, his commitment in strengthening the department's ability to reach out to Indian country, to reach out to tribal leadership, and figuring out how we can better support the conservation efforts of our tribes. And today's signing of this agreement I see as a very positive movement in that direction, in bringing the tribe and USDA together so that they can better realize what the department has to offer and gain access to that capacity.
For the Muskogee Nation, the process that led to this day was a terrific example of several agencies being on the same page. A good sign moving forward.
The process has been approximately 18 months. And it has required a tremendous amount of joint efforts, cooperative working relationships between not only the Muskogee Nation but the citizens who more or less directed this path. Chief Tiger was very clear that this is the people's government, and our direction should reflect some of that. The conservation concerns were feedback from the Indian landowners that remain today. The significance of what is accomplished today, in my opinion, is a result of executive direction from Chief Tiger. We've worked with state agencies, county entities, and now the United States government to create a pure government-to-government relationship.
All right, that'll do it for another episode of Native News Today. We're certainly glad that you were able to watch this weekend and catch up on all the big news going on at Riverwalk. You know, we were excited about that, excited to talk about our new second chief there, Lewis Hicks, and just a really neat time. And like I said, I want to make sure and let the folks know in Oklahoma City, we are going to provide you with all kinds of great stories from your area, and also let you know that sometimes you may be watching and you go, oh, what's going on here? The timing's a little off. Well, we are a taped show, you know, Neely, so we want to, you know, pull the curtain back, sort of like Wizard of Oz, and let everybody know this is Wednesday right now. You know, it's not Sunday. So we taped the show, and it's pre-taped in our studio, and just to kind of educate them and let them know a little bit about our process.
Yeah, that's right. And then, you know, for the Tulsa area, it runs on Saturday at 1 o'clock, and Oklahoma City at noon on KSBI, Channel 52. So 2 days.
Yeah, and you get to go, like Neely said during the break, you get to leave church a little early and go home and watch the show.
Yeah, and tune in to us.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry about that. No, it's going to be a great thing. We're so glad to be there, and statewide. You know, I know that you have too, and I'd want you to share it a little bit. You've talked to people from that side that are they know what we're doing a little bit from our YouTube channel, but they want to see us on their TV screens.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, a lot of people, you know, have always wanted to see what we are doing here, and so now we have that capability to be right in your homes there in Oklahoma City, and my home is that way too.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we're so glad about it. As we said, if you can't catch us on KSBI or CW1219, you can always catch our YouTube, Twitter. You catch us on Facebook. We're always out there on social media. For Neely Soodle, I'm Jason Salzman. You guys have a great week.
Bye-bye.